Hello, everyone. Greg Wilkins here on Monday. Monday, November 16th, 2020, for today's edition of the Song of the Day devotional. Today's devotional is entitled The Wait. And this comes from the book 4 Minute Talks for the Superintendent by, I forget the name of the press. No, it's Standard Printing Press from Cincinnati, Ohio. And a big shout out to Kathy McMillan for sending this book to me, as well as a lot of books I still got to get through. Big shout out. I thank you and I love you from the bottom of my heart. I call her one of my moms. So I hope you're doing well, Mrs. McMillan, and God bless. You know, a bridge has a sign on it that has the weight of how much axle limit a particular car can carry or have to be able to have the bridge bear its weight. For example, there's a sign I remember fondly heading over to my Aunt Mary's house that said axle limit 2.5 tons. So if you had anything more than 2.5 tons, whether the car weighed that much more, or if you're carrying that much more, it may not be safe to go on this bridge. It may not be able to support your weight. You know, we as people have signs on us that tell us what we bear as well. So when we need to have our burdens shared with somebody, or just to have somebody, like if we have something very personal to share and confide in, you might not want to go to the person bearing the sign of gossiper or someone bearing the sign of unreliable, because they're telling you, okay, I'm not going to be able to carry this confidentiality, so you have to go somewhere else. So you'll have to turn and find another bridge to cross. And you have to keep going and searching people till you find the type of person or the bridge that you can go across and they can carry you with you. But there's good news. Jesus is that bridge. The Bible tells us in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7, casting all your anxieties upon him, for he cares for you. Casting all your cares upon him, for he cares for you. It doesn't matter how much of a burden you have. God's yoke is easy and his burden is light. So on today, no matter what your burden is, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how heavy it is. It doesn't matter how long you've been carrying it. If you trust God that he can lift up your burdens and bring you out, trust him and give it to him. And there's a song, I forget the name of the person who writes it, but it's called Put It on the Altar. And there's a line on it that says, take your burdens down to the altar, leave them there and leave them there. Everything that you've been worried about, put it on the altar and walk up with your hands lifted up, because you're not carrying anything anymore. Lift your hands in celebration and victory that God's got it. I hope you're blessed on today. I hope you're blessed by the devotional and the song of the day, which is He's Working It Out for You by Shirley Caesar. It doesn't matter what it is. If you trust in God to believe it and carry those burdens, be that bridge that you can walk on safely. He's working it out for you because he cares. And I am so glad that he cares for you. I'm so glad that he cares for me. I'm so glad that he took the time to send his only begotten son to be wrapped up in this corruptible flesh and then take on the sins of not just me, not just you, but the entire world. And he loved us enough to hang on that cross and hang his head and say, it is finished. Everything is finished. Every burden is finished. Every sin is finished. Every heartache is finished. Every illness is finished. Every medical disaster is finished. Every emotional disaster is finished. Every family crisis is finished. Every financial burden is finished. Everything is finished when you place it in his hands and thank him in advance for the victory. Enjoy today's song of the day. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. I didn't even take time to look up for any birthdays, so if there are any birthdays out there that I'm missing, charge it to my head and not my heart. If you have any comments you would like to leave in general, you may leave a message below this video, or shoot me a note on Messenger, Facebook Messenger that is, or you could email me at wilkinssongofday@gmail.com. Had something on my nose, so sorry about that. Enjoy today's song of the day. He's Working It Out for You by Shirley Caesar. God bless.
Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Though the pressures of life seems to weigh you down, and you don't know which way to turn, God is concerned and He's working it out for you. The child that's on cocaine, through prayer he can change. That marriage that's on the verge of breaking up, although sometimes you have to walk alone. Now you ask yourself, is there a word from the Lord? Oh, from the Lord. You need a blessing, and you need it right away. God is concerned, and He's working it out for you. Yeah. No peace in the home,